Hi, friends. This is Jim, and it's been a couple weeks since I've been on here. I had my own doubts of coming back and continuing the old man's talk and other things. When I say old man's talk, I mean what us who are over 65 and over toward 80 changes that's happening in our thoughts and in our choice of foods and in our, especially in our health. This Diet Coke, I think Diet Pepsi, their stock did better than Diet Coke, but that's okay. I don't own stock in either company. I do make my living off the stock market. So right now, gold miners is what I have the majority of my retirement in. And just to give you a little taste of why, several of the ones, including 4 that I'm in, and I'm only in 4, have done over 100% in the last 12 months, and 1 or 2 have done either 200% or 300% gain. So if you had 1,000 in 12 months ago, it would be 2,000 that you would have now if you didn't withdraw any money. So I've got my retirement mostly in gold miners, not gold, but gold miners. And I'm very pleased. I was mostly living on Apple computer stock, and it took a dive down, mostly because of chips that they weren't able to get from China, from what I understand. And they're making their own chips, or planning to. So their stocks went back up almost to the high, and then it dropped down Friday about $6 or $7 a share, but they're on the way back up again. So for you who are in the stock market, or living like I do from the stock market, feel free to give me suggestions or ask for suggestions after this session, this video. But that's not what I'm really aiming to focus on today. Money's always important, I know, but so is mental health. And I've had some visitors lately, 2 visitors, Mr. Depression and Miss Anxiety. That's why I haven't been on for 2 weeks. I've been having to entertain them, cope with them, and urge them to leave my home. Now, if you're like me, about my age, especially if you don't have many friends. I may have 2 or 3 friends. Well, your friends may not even talk with you, but every couple of weeks. So, guess who wants to slip in the meantime? Mr. Depression and Miss Anxiety, and it starts in the morning when they come in and knock on my bedroom door and say, you shouldn't be sleeping this late. We're going to wake you up. And I'll say, not again. I want to sleep till at least 11. If you leave me alone, I want to sleep till 12 or 1. They say, we're not going to leave you alone. We got you awake now. We're going to urge you to get up and get some coffee and either Boost or Ensure for your breakfast, because we know that you don't feel like eating breakfast in the morning. So that's a substitute. Say, right, you're right. I don't like to eat in the morning. So I get up and I turn on the TV, and guess who sits right next to me? On one side there's Mr. Depression, on the other side there's Miss Anxiety. And I say, are you here for the day, or are you just visiting for an hour? They say, we're here for the day. We want to keep you company because you're here by yourself. I said, oh, okay. Then I say, do I have to feel this bad? I don't feel good. I don't know why I don't. It's a new normal, which means that instead of waking up happy, I wake up sad and not wanting to do anything. They said, well, that's because of us. We help you feel so bad. I said, great. Thanks for your support. How long are you going to be here? They said, not more than 2 or 3 weeks. Okay. Well, they said, the way you feel, don't get on YouTube, because they're going to think you're done for if you talk like you are now. So wait 2 weeks. So I've waited 2 weeks, and I'm starting to feel a little bit better. So I mention this only because of one thing. I know some of you, if not many of you, who are older are struggling with 3 things. Number 1, loneliness. Number 2, depression. Number 3, anxiety. Anxiety might be a little bit separate from depression, but they coincide. Anxiety might be because of money problems, or in most cases that will cause anxiety. Depression may be caused because no one cares. Nobody cares, and you don't know if anyone's ever going to care. But the first one is what I've noticed hearing people contact me about, and that is loneliness. I have a YouTube video about a 61-year-old lady from I'm looking for her letters that she's been sending, but I think it's Alabama, but I'm not sure. I've gotten 4 letters from her. She said she's so lonely she didn't know what to do. Now, on that video, it will show the envelope, the first envelope. She did not know me. Her name's Paula. And she didn't know me, but she wrote Jim Wortham, Madison, Indiana, and I think, but I'm not sure, that she put the zip code on it. It didn't have my street address. It didn't have my post office box. In addition to that, if the post office was going to mail it back because they couldn't locate me, she didn't have a return address. Now, having said that, I felt a special place in my heart for people who are lonely. And I sent her one of the books I wrote of love poetry. And I'll send her the others here eventually. She's got a letter from her the other day. She does send it to my post office box now. 2-page letters. She puts 2 postage stamps on each letter that she sends, and I told her she only needed to send 1 stamp on the envelope unless she sends over 3 pages, but I think she overlooked that suggestion. So loneliness, she contacted me. She says, I'm a 61-year-old black lady. She sent a picture of herself. She's a lovely lady. And she was hoping I would return the favor and send her a letter, which I did, and I think I sent the 4th one out Friday, Saturday, because I knew that we wouldn't have mail on Monday. So, and I didn't want her to sit there and wait for my letter at her post office and think that no one cares. She says she just wants a friend. I'll be your friend. Now, I don't think she's got the money to have a computer like we're doing now, so I don't talk to her. I don't email her. I don't Google her. So that's just a example of the loneliness that comes to us at a certain age, and doesn't have to be a 65 or a 60-year-old. It could be any age. It could be people in their 20s or 30s or 40s that have had bad relationships, have been rejected. They're lonely. I've listened to them on the internet, and they will tell their story, and they'll say, am I that undesirable that men don't want to date me. And I think I'm on somebody's YouTube channel that that's all he does. He plays these videos and that people leave on various websites, and they're lovely people, all of them. They'll say, well, what's wrong with them? But then sometimes they blame it on us, that we men don't have our act together. Some of them will give their expectations of what they want in a man. It will be things that can't be accomplished if the man is working particular jobs, out of town jobs, federal jobs. They're not going to be able to be home all the time. And, well, I talked tonight to a lady who divorced 3 times because the man couldn't be there all the time. They had jobs that demanded that they be away from home, and setting the Pepsi down. They couldn't be home all the time, so it wasn't the man who asked for the divorce. It was the lady. And then she comes on her video site and said how cruel men are, because they're not interested in me. Well, the problem is, if you're working, you're not going to be available all the time. And I don't know any other way to say it, because I've been one that has worked those type of hours. I've worked in a hospital. I've worked in a mental health facility. And I've worked in my own counseling center that I started. And at various times I was working 3 jobs. And I'm very sorry for what happened. What happened is my wife would make dinner and tell me that it'd be ready at a certain time, let's say 5 o'clock, and I would be seeing people, clients. I'd forget the 5 o'clock, it'd be 8 o'clock. And she'd call, said, I've kept the food on warm. You think you'll be coming home soon? And I think about that. And it's like stabbing me in the gut. My insensitivity, my neglect. Well, luckily, we're still together. Now, the focus of this video is actually I have several titles for it. It's either going to be my visitors' loneliness and anxiety and depression have visited me for 3 weeks, and I finally kicked them out. Or it might be something else. So, or a blend of what we've been talking about. I won't know till what I do, I'll hit this red button and that will stop this recording. Then I will go to the beginning of the recording and see if the audio is loud enough. I won't play it back. I never play my videos back. So and then that's not, there's no reason that I don't, other than I don't. I want to move on. I want to make another video. And so the next thing I do is if the audio sounds okay, and if I look like I think I look right now, I will save this video. Then I'll go up to my YouTube channel, and I will push record, and I can record live, or I can record a video. Of course, I'll be recording a video, so I'll hit video, and then it will take me down to the last video, which is this one, and then I will hit that button to upload the video, and that begins me having to answer a lot of questions, starting with what's the title? What's the title? Second thing, tell us a little bit about this, and then is it okay for mature audiences? Yeah, it is. And the next one is tag. I don't know too much about what tag means. I think it means if I put loneliness, depression, and anxiety on it, that it will shoot those out, that there is a new video on that subject, on those subjects. And then I hit okay. Everything looks good. They come back, everything looks good. And then I hit a button that says publish, and that's when you're alerted that I have a new video. Now, I will try to, I didn't do this on the last video. I was so depressed and anxious, and that I have not responded to the last video of 2 weeks ago or so, maybe 3. Yeah, I get depressed. Yeah, I'm a mental health professional. In Kentucky, I'm a former psychologist. You think we don't get depressed too, after listening to what we listen to? Think about that. If you listen to as many people, hundreds and maybe thousands of people with problems, it affects the professional or the psychologist or the mental health therapist. It goes right into the mind. And over years and years and years, their depression, their anxiety, and their loneliness stays with me and becomes a friend. Like I started this video, they're my friends now because I've listened to them so long. And now you know what I've done, how it's affected me, and why I've been off for two or 3 weeks. I put the red hat on because I thought it would make you all happy. God bless you. Now, one last thing, I haven't looked to see if anybody has even liked anything I've done or subscribed, but those choices are there if you want to take advantage of them. If you stay with me, you're going to find out that I talk without a script and that I talk from my heart and that everything I say to the best of my ability is true. I might slip the wrong date that I did something. I might slip a wrong event that I went to, but it's not intentional. Well, let's send God's blessings to you and wish you a great rest of the year. Talk with you later.